Hey, how's everyone doing? This is B-Rad. It is Hump Day. I'm doing an extra special. I'm collecting a beer collection. I'm trying to get it out of the fridge and into my mouth and give you guys a beer review in the process. So let's get busy. Let's just tickle this anger and the rage and the hate. I've had some complaints these videos. Take a little too long, but no fucks given here. So with that being said, let me talk a little bit of something I found out today. Metallica, for those, I'm a huge Metallica fan and hoping to see them when they come roll through here in March. So with that being said, Metallica not only makes a whiskey, but Metallica makes a freaking, or will be making a beer. They teamed up with Stone Breweries, so that will be top notch, I'm sure. And I'm curious to see what kind of beer Metallica puts out. I know some of the fucking Megadeth puts out a beer, Deftones puts out a beer, Iron Maiden puts out a beer. You know, there's a lot of rock bands that put out beers. Now, I've had the Iron Maiden. It was good. I liked it. So with that being said, a little something else I want to talk about. I was talking to Dusty Lane earlier today, and we had a discussion about he is vegan. And I was like, well, there's beer. Matter of fact, I got it right here. The Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout. Good beer, you know, especially on a rain, coldy day like it is today. Sit by your fireplace, have one of these. Yum. I said it was only one approved, or, well, it says it's approved by the Vegan Society. He said, well, all beer is vegan. I got to thinking, well, it's made out of grains. Yeah. Well, he gave me a great idea. He told me to Google non-vegan beers. To my surprise, number one on the list is Guinness. Guinness is non-vegan because it used some type of fish intestine in its brewing process or something, the same way with Red Stripe. And Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams is a vegan beer, but it is, it's got the Samuel Adams honey stout or something like that. You know, honey comes from bees, and the farming of honey from bees harms the bees, apparently, is what the article said. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, so do not hold me about, and pretty much anything out of my mouth is nonsense and not credible. But I do give you, pass on what knowledge I have, so don't hold me up for that. I have an exciting beer. I love this company, and I've done a beer review before, I think, on a couple of their beers. Evil Twins Brewing. Now, remember, this was a brewery that was kind of like a gypsy, they call it. It teams up with other breweries to brew their beers. So, not a bad idea. If you have a great beer, a good recipe, and you want someone else to do it. And I started getting into whiskeys. Whiskeys are the same way. You start a freaking whiskey distillery, you know, and you want to start a bourbon. Well, bourbons have got to age. Okay, so you don't want to wait until they age, so you have another distillery make your bourbon, then you might use another distillery, and you blend them together. It's I'm rambling on already, but let's Evil Twins Big Ass Money Stout. Now let's critique the you know, this is 17.2% alcohol by volume, so me chugging this should give me a buzz, I would think. Let's get drunk with B-Rad. This is what this is called. I think it's comical. I think their label is comical. It's got a piece of pizza and, you know, some made up dollar bills, or, you know, $100 bills. Two old friends and brewers decided to go crazy together. Once again, this time they meet stateside to brew rich, over the top, and unique stout guaranteed to impact your taste buds. This big ass stout contains two essential ingredients that unite Stavanger and New York. Stavanger. Product and bottle for Evil Twins at Westbrook Brewing Company, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Distributed by 12% LLC, Brooklyn, New York. All right, so you have two brilliant minds that get together. They come up with this beer. Fuck yeah, that's what it's about. Ugh, you know, and just because I like this beer doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna like this beer. I try to give you guys some ideas, and your taste buds and your flavors are gonna be different from mine. But this is just about having some fun, passing on some knowledge to you guys. Just because you might like Coors Light, I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna hold it against you. You know, if you love it, then hey, man, we'll get together and we'll have some Coors Light together. How about that? But my opinions are my opinions, and everyone's opinion is going to be different. Everyone's taste buds are going to be different, and that's what's so great about whiskey drinking, beer drinking. Everyone's going to have a different opinion of this. And once again, let's get into this because I am going too long. Because my Marine Corps brother Scott Losky, Scott. This guy has watched more of my videos, and I know he's legit. Oh, shit. I know he's legit because he watched one of my very first videos I did for, it was to be on America's Worst Bakers. Whoa, look how dark that is. And it is thick. Woo! I'm getting excited already. Crap. I thought this was a 16-ounce glass. I guess it's wrong there. Well, maybe it is. All right. This is dark as shit. As we can see, I didn't get much of a head on it, but I think most stouts aren't. I think I'm getting a caramel smell, that cocoa type of smell, like a chocolate smell you get from stout. Just I don't know, man. This just reminds me of wintertime, kind of. So let's give it a taste. It didn't have much of a head, and the bubbles dissipated pretty quickly. So, once again, my Marine Corps brother Scott Losky watched my America's Worst Bakers video that I sent off, and I had some type of interview with him. I didn't get on the show, of course, but, you know, maybe next time. So, let's see what this beer tastes like. It does have a lot of big flavors in it. I'm getting a bitter. I think that's bitter probably, you know, I don't know. From the cocoa maybe. And it's got a rich, it's pretty rich and flavorful for a stout. I drink a few stouts that aren't this flavorful. I mean, there's a lot going on when I drink this. More than my amateur taste buds can handle, but I taste, you know, of course I taste the cocoa. It may have some honey, stuff like that. But Scott Losky, woo! I'll try to get to that festival. I like it. Evil Twins never disappoints. Great beer. Great packaging. Man, I love it. It's simple. It's kind of comical. It's like, hey, we don't give no fucks. We're going to put this on here. Big ass money stout. Called big ass money stout. Of course it is. I think it's like $7 a can. So it was $7 a can at 17 point whatever percent alcohol by volume. You're going to feel it. I'm being a wuss. Stout is not on my chuggability list. There's no way, no how I can chug that crap. I mean, I can sip on it and stuff. It's a great flavorful beer. Don't get me wrong. So I'm already into the 10 minutes. So let's get on with this. Of course, at the end of this, I'd like to say thank you very much to our fallen soldiers, men and women who sacrificed it all, the warriors that keep this great country free, and I'm able to do my beer review. And this one is for Dusty Lane, of course, Brad Lance, always brother, and of course, Scott Losky. And today's Lead Slinger, rye, of course. I think, man, I got 1 or 2 swigs in here. To a veteran-owned business, owned and operated. And they seem to be, it says it's out of Moore, Oklahoma, which isn't very far from where I'm at. Maybe I'll go down, and if they give tours of the brewery, take a tour of the brewery. Thank you so very much. Scott Lawsky. Hopefully you can watch this video till the end. I made it a little shorter, brother. And of course, always Brad Lance. God, I got to get that bottle of whiskey to you. I haven't forgot. And Dusty Lane, you gave me the idea for this beer video today. The vegan beer, that was very interesting. That Guinness and Red Stripe, because they use some type of fish intestine, even though there's no traces of that inside the beer, is because it was processed that way. And same way with Samuel Adams honey. So, with that being said, stay angry. Use it for good. Hold the door open for some old lady. Give a kind gesture, wave to someone, smile. I know I'm bad about that. But, until next time, let's get drunk with B-Rad.